Ninja here. It's a sprint club, middle of winter. Crazy people out here, devoted people, whatever you want to say. But we're all out here. We're going to be doing some barefoot training, getting into it, really expressing ourselves, having some fun, earthing out.
Okay, Marcus, tell us how Sprint Club began.
Well, it actually started 6 years ago exactly. So on the 5th of June 2011, I blew out my knee really badly. So I dislocated my knee, snapped my ACL completely and did some meniscus damage and some damage to my lateral and medial ligament, I forgot now. But from my darkest hour, what I really wanted to do was sprint. And it was the furthest thing from possible at the time. It was like a fantasy because I couldn't even walk, I couldn't straighten my leg, I was in all sorts of pain. And
so have you done sprinting in the past?
Yeah, I've been a sprinter for 20 years, once a week, but I wasn't that consistent with it. But when I was really broken, I realised that was really what I wanted to do. I just wanted to let loose, burst out and sprint. So that was what I set myself about. From that real tragedy for me, all this stuff, Melbourne Muscular Therapies was born. So Lift Club was born and Sprint Club was born like the first week of July 2011. So it's 5th of July 2017 today.
And what is it about sprinting that you love so much? What draws you in? Why do you do it?
It's just the freedom. It's just free. It's yeah, it just totally liberates you. It's just a way you can express yourself. You can do it at your own pace, your own level. You can really tune into your own body. Yeah, you just get to know your own body. You just understand what pure biomechanics is when you're in your bare feet as well. So you can really feel if you're heavy, if you're impacting, if your back's jamming. You just have this real connection, this real awareness with your own body.
Relationship.
I feel like it's a real healing thing. A lot of people that have worked out with me over the years have really been broken, locked up, closed up, and like that sprint, it really has blasted the cobwebs out of their body. It's really opened up their hips. It's opened up their back. It's opened up the groins. It's got their feet working again. It's got their ankles, Achilles working again, calves working again, where they haven't been able to really stretch and recoil and.
So it's really can be rehabilitative.
Yeah.
And what about pain reduction?
Yeah, gets rid of pain because you're loosening everything up. You're getting rid of a lot of inflammation as well because it's barefoot on grass. A lot of that shit leaves your body because of that earthing, grounding kind of stuff that's going on. Shuffle around, just go however you want, stay on your toes, don't decelerate on your heels. We've got Kay here. So how long have you been coming to Melbourne Muscular Therapies?
I think it's been quite a while, maybe about 6 years or so. So I started coming because I was having some issues with back pain and started seeing a therapist there doing some lifting and some massage.
And Sprint Club, how long have you been doing Sprint Club?
That's probably maybe 4 years or so, I think. And
what benefits do you get from sprinting barefoot?
I think one of the things I really love about it is just the feeling of running in bare feet. Kind of reminds me of being a kid, just that feeling of the grass between your toes. And I've also found that playing sport, I feel like I've become a lot faster through doing sprints and also recover quite well from sort of short distances, short sprints.
And it's like 5 degrees tonight.
It's really cold.
How do you feel about sprinting barefoot in the middle of winter?
Sometimes it can be a little bit hard to get motivated, but once you're out here and once you start sprinting and your body starts doing what it should do, it feels amazing. Yeah.
And the longer sprints, the longer interval sprints of winter, how do you feel about them rather than the shorter ones in summer?
They're probably a bit harder, a bit more challenging to kind of keep the motivation up to keep running. But because it's cold, you really need to keep running.
Got to keep moving.
Got to keep moving.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Thanks.
G'day, we've got Jeshan here. How long have you been coming to Melbourne Muscular Therapies?
I've been coming for about 4 years now.
And what injuries did you have when you first started seeing this?
I used to play ice hockey, so I pulled my groin when I first came and saw Marcus, and then dislocated my shoulder probably about 6 months after that, and then another adductor strain probably about a year after that.
And so you've been doing the gym stuff as well?
Yep, doing all the deadlifts and squats since I first got injured, and I've been doing them ever since. Try and come every week.
And so how long have you been doing Sprint Club?
Sprint Club for probably around the same time, for about 4 years now.
Yeah. And what benefit do you find from sprinting?
Just find when you take your shoes off and run bare feet, you're really exposing your legs, especially your lower legs. You're building up those muscles that you wouldn't have developed, like your stabilizers and all the muscles in your feet. And I found it's really translates well into any sport that you're doing, whether it be footy or hockey or soccer. And it's really good for the fitness as well. It's much better than going for your standard jog. Doing the Tabata style training really boosts your fitness and your acceleration as well, which is very important in all types of sports.
And how do you feel about coming out here in the middle of winter? It's like 5 degrees tonight, mate.
Yeah, it's pretty cold, but the hardest part's always getting here. Once you get through the warm up, you soon feel pretty warm, and then you're feeling good and just get stuck into the session. And yeah, once you finish the session, you don't really have any regrets. You always feel good after the session, and that makes you rock up every week.
Awesome. Let's get on with it, eh?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Sideways, backwards, forwards, whichever way it comes. Got Dorf here. How long you been coming to Melbourne Muscular Therapies, man?
Probably a couple of years now, doing the sprint clubs. Getting into sprint clubs recently and loving it actually. But yeah, lift club for probably a couple of years.
And what benefits do you feel you get from coming to sprints?
Sprints, I didn't expect it at the start. I thought, oh yeah, I'll get fit because for footy, it's really awesome fitness. That's probably the biggest thing I've noticed for myself, just conditioning. So yeah, like within a couple of weeks, I noticed I was heaps fitter, running at the games better, and my last half particularly was really good. Did I answer the question?
Yeah. And you hamstring activation, you've been talking about that.
Yeah,
for a few
exactly.
weeks now.
So I feel like my hamstrings really come online. I've been doing a lot of posterior chain work with Lift Club, and in my own training, and I've never had them come in while I'm sprinting, and so. Over the last few weeks particularly, like I've found this is becoming really active and switching on, so I feel like I'm using the whole of my leg, which is awesome for me. I mean, I want to get the posterior going.
And bare feet, how do you feel about training bare feet in the middle of winter?
Well, obviously it's going to be tough. That's part of it, you know, not being a pussy.
Getting out here.
Mental toughness, exactly. But yeah, there's quite a few things I could say about the barefoot thing. I mean, it's pretty controversial, you know, but you know, it's the natural way, isn't it? We're earthing, we're grounding, and it's just perfect for. We're made this way, we're built this way. So I think it's going to beat any shoe. And you know, there's heaps of studies that show that barefoot training is the best for your joints and overall health. I'll say another thing about sprinting in general, because a lot of the time we do running, and we're doing it for training for sports or whatever. But sprinting actually builds up your body in a lot more ways, and it's a lot more functional as well. So I don't know. I find it awesome for what I do for sport. Yeah.
And do you feel like you're learning about your own body, about biomechanics and pure movement and being light and silent when you?
Yeah, so I didn't realise how badly I probably was running before until getting trained by Marcus, because yeah, there's a lot of technique that goes into it. And when you're soft on your feet, when you're light on your feet, you're going to actually build up and strengthen your body as opposed to doing damage. So that's one thing you need if you're going to come to, if you're going to start sprinting or running at all. I think getting direction on how to do it, how to get the biomechanics working, how to get the feet working and all that stuff. Yeah, got to do it.
All right, thanks man, we'll catch you a bit later. And go. Land on your toes, guys. G'day, we've got Brent here. He's been to one sprint session already and pulled up pretty sore, but he'd been doing a bit before that. So how have you been finding the barefoot sprints, mate?
Yeah, it's been really helpful. I've noticed a really big difference in just the volume that I'm able to do now. Just suffered pretty badly from compartment syndrome and loading up the exterior through the legs. So just working on the motor mechanics and getting that correct posture and stuff's really helped my running, and I've been able to hopefully take that onto the footy field with me.
Yeah. And so you feel like you learn a lot about your own body, your own biomechanics, like you said, with being in bare feet?
Yeah, for sure. Like it's sort of being in the bare feet, you're sort of able to really focus more on hitting those vital points where you're not putting your body under stress and that sort of stuff.
A lot less impact and
yeah, that's right.
Softer.
Yeah. So still a work in progress, but I've enjoyed it so far.
Yeah. Tell us how you pulled up after last week.
Yeah, I was pretty sore last week. Could hardly get out of bed the next day, and probably a week of DOMs afterwards. But I really enjoyed the session, and yeah, hopefully can work up to a point where I'm not as sore after the sessions.
So it's really full-on training then. It's not just a giggle in the park.
No, it's hard work, and it's good having the other guys with you to really drive you and just get that mental toughness to push yourself that bit further than what you can when you're training by yourself.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, brother. Enjoy the session.
I will do.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Good.
Yeah, we've got Jace here, one of the practitioners at Melbourne Muscular Therapies. How long have you been doing sprint club for, man?
2 years now, so started doing it, start of last year to help with my footy fitness, and I'm finding it's really working.
And how you going with the bare feet in the middle of winter, mate?
Bare feet, they get nice and cold, you sort of lose feeling halfway through the session, but that means you just power on through, you don't feel anything. And, no pain, no gain.
And are you learning about your running?
I'm feeling I run a lot lighter and more on the heel, forefoot and less on the heel strike, so it's less jarring on the body.
And how's your footy going?
Yeah, I find I'm running out games a lot better and covering the ground a lot better, so yeah, it's definitely helping.
So these sessions are pretty full on, eh? So
they are. They're very good in matching footy style running, so that's what I like most about Sprint Club.
Awesome. Enjoy your session.
I will. Smash it.
Let's go.
You look like an ape, Jace.
Ready, go. 13 left, everyone. Ready, go. Go preferred foot. So whatever knee's on the ground, same side hand. Make sure you're right forward onto that front hand. Get all that weight on the front hand. Use your arms. Chin to your chest. Keep your head down all the way. Just go to 15. 85%. Ready, go. Remember not to slow down on your heels. Whole foot. Whatever knee's on the ground, same side hand stays on the ground. Ready, go. So what we're going to do now, 1.5 minutes of judds. So what that means is we're going to the 30 metres at 80%. We're going to sprint back to the middle 100%, then jog to here. So we're going to keep on repeating that for 1.5 minutes. Okay? Alright, go. Concentrate on your turn. Don't turn. Okay guys, we're at week 14. So it's week 2 of our 4-week program. So this one is, it's 20-second break, so we're going to do sets of 2 reps in a set. So there's always 20 seconds break. So I'll just call it out what it is. So we're starting with got it all on my hand, a 100, 20-second break, then a 300. Actually, we'll start here. We'll go around there, then we'll do a 300. Okay, so remember, stay on your toes. When it's getting hard in those 300s, that last 100, really make an effort. Just stay relaxed, stay on your toes. Resist that temptation to overstride, land on your heels. When you feel it, when you hear it, stop yourself, pull your head in a bit, shorten your stride, land on your toes. Relax your shoulders. That's what it's all about, fighting that urge to go back to your old patterns. Patterns that aren't serving you. Be pure. Go, 100. Strides. Good go.
I know what you mean.
Fine, like, that's what happens.
Go. One chase.
It's just lack of faith.
Yeah.
For us, for the team.
There's nothing better though. There's like...
Marcus is the encouragement. Yep, no pretenders here.
No.
Good stuff, guys. So how was the session?
Good session. Once again, always good weather at Sprint Club. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's been raining all day.
Yeah, pretty
It's
lucky.
always fine. Sure underfoot today, which was good because really cold, so that when your feet got frozen, it was very hard to grip. But usually if it's wet, it's hard to grip as well. So that acceleration and change of direction is really critical, that we have our toes, our feet spread, so we can really grip the ground and dig in and learn about how to get purchase on the ground, how to connect with the ground when we're running.
Yeah, and every week the conditions are slightly different.
Yeah.
So the way you have to react and respond is slightly different as well.
You're always adapting with this stuff. No session's ever the same, so your body's never the same. So one of the big parts about this is actually learning about your own body, tuning into your body, knowing when to just push that bit or when to hold back a bit, when to stop. So feeling into your body, knowing when you're using really good pure biomechanics and it feels really nice and everything's flowing, everything's connecting through your body. There's a relationship between every part. And that's what the real essence of Sprint Club is about, being, you know, one with your body, being totally present, just feeling, really good and secure in your body.
Yeah, I suppose it's one way to build up that relationship with yourself and just kind of know where your boundaries are and where your barriers are. What's one of your favourite things about sprinting?
I think it's like being a kid, you know, being in your bare feet. It's so pure, it's so natural, and it just really opens you up. One of the things I really like is expressing and just opening and just feeling just elation, joy, like that. And
like the way you look now.
Yeah, so I know a lot of training, it locks you up, it binds you up, it closes your heart in a way. You're doing all this sort of bench and stuff like that, a lot of people do, but this one really allows you to express your full body. I've often said it's the ultimate expression of human being, so just really letting rip is something awesome. Just sort of, there's nothing like it. Knowing, but you've got to do that build up first, I suppose. Know that your body is safe. It can really go and push those boundaries.
Condition yourself.
Conditioning is so important. You can't just come out and run.
Yep.
You've got to have that foundation so that you know that you just let rip.
And so, can you give us a couple of technique cues on how to sprint and why it's important to have that technique? Yeah,
one of the things I really like about bare feet is that you learn about your own body and you learn about biomechanics, and it's mostly through proprioception. So that just means feeling. So when you're in shoes, you just don't have that connection with the ground. You don't feel what's happening with your body. So you don't feel the pain when you land on your heels. You don't kind of hear the noise as well. So when you're light on your feet, you know that you're using really pure biomechanics. As you're landing on your toes, you're using the engineering of the body. It's really efficient. You're not impacting, you're not stressing it. So when you're landing on your toes it's very light. Your knees are slightly bent. Your body's generally in a good posture as well. It's not jamming up your back.
So, who is sprinting good for?
Everybody, mate. Anybody that can walk, everyone that's functioning fairly well should be sprinting.
So, regardless of your level of fitness, level of health.
That's the beauty of it. You go at your own level, and then that level builds as you get more and more into it. So it doesn't matter how big or small you are. Running is pure. It's for everybody.
Awesome. How's the sesh?
It's tough as always.
How you feeling now?
The first 2 minutes, as soon as you finish, you're pretty knackered, but then once you catch your breath back, you start just to feel really good.
Yeah.
A bit on a high. The endorphins come out.
Yeah.
You just feel like you've accomplished something, like you know you've done some good.
Yeah.
And you feel happy that you've come and put the effort in.
It's interesting to say that, happy, because that's what it does. It kind of affects your brain as well. It affects every aspect of your health. It all relates, all feeds in.
Yeah, it's probably the earthing as well. So you're getting that good vibrations. You're get rid of all your shit basically back down into the earth, and that has a lot of effect on your brain as well as the interval training, the high intensity interval stuff that really produces that growth hormone and the dopamine, serotonin, the kephalons, all that kind of stuff.
It's really hard to separate it out and pick benefits, because it really does have so many that it just feeds into your holistic health, and every aspect of your health is kind of covered. But you guys look happy. Get the endorphins going.
And like we said, nobody else does this kind of training.
Exactly.
Like let alone in bare feet. We're getting all this real high intensity interval training, transfers into footy, transfers into life. You should be able to keep on sprinting throughout your life. Why slow down? You don't need to. Just keep doing it. Keep at it.
You got heaps. How'd you go? It's -5 and these two are still sprinting and talking and starting to snow out here, alright.